But I promise you, if you throw in the towel, God is going to throw it back. Lord, where do I go? So I want to talk about, we're making good time, the relationship between purpose and pressure. Relationship between purpose and pressure, and then I'm going to leave it alone for the day, and then we'll come back this evening. I know I haven't given you a title yet. I'm going somewhere. The relationship between purpose and pressure. So here is where we are. They are out. Now, the significant thing is they're out doing the will of God. I can see if they were out doing their own thing, and then the Lord was reprimanding them, tightening up the reins, chastising them. But they're out flowing 100% in their purpose. They are going and they are out conquering, because the way that we have the title King of Kings, it is a military term, because kings and kingdoms went against one another. And once one king and kingdom defeated another king and kingdom, how many kings do we have? 2. But the winning king then became king of kings, okay? If that is the truth, then the way that God can brag about being King of Kings in 1 Timothy chapter 6 is because every kingdom is under the domain of God. Come on, read the banner. Every king. So the reason why you can take dominion is because God already has dominion that he releases to us. He has already conquered every kingdom. Kingdom of sickness, kingdom of poverty, kingdom of sin, kingdom of depression, kingdom of waywardness, kingdom of distress, kingdom of schizophrenia, kingdom of bipolar. Whatever your kingdom might be, God has already become King of Kings of that. That's why you can take dominion over it. They're here though, and David is thinking, but God, I'm in my purpose. Why is there so much pressure? Have you ever been there? I'm there right now as I'm preaching to you, and I've asked the Lord, why is there so much pressure? But there are a few things that the Lord spoke to me this week before I came. The first thing he told me is that people without purpose, or people who do not clearly understand their purpose, do not properly discern pressure. Okay. So I told you one of the things you had to discern in this stage of Hebron was people, but another one you have to discern is pressure. And we're going to roll. So pressure by definition is continued action of a weight or a force. It is the state of trouble or strain. Pressure. It is a compelling force. Pressure. It is the need for prompt, decisive action. Pressure. My favorite definition, pressure. They are challenges from the outside that cause changes, transition on the inside. Pressure are challenges from the outside that cause changes on the inside. The Bible says, because the Bible already talked about that the other men, that their wives and their children were taken, but now all of a sudden it affects the leader. I'm in verse number 5, and the Bible says here that they took David's 2 wives, Ahinoam and Abigail. Now, to my average Bible reader, you just read names and you're thinking, oh, well, bless the Lord, I'm not your average Bible reader. So David's 2 wives, Ahinoam and Abigail. I thought at first their names were not that important. But when I went to look up the definition of their names, I noticed that they had some significance. Ahinoam means delight, and Abigail's name means joy. Ahinoam means delight. Abigail's name means joy, which means then that now David has taken this personally, because the Amalekites have come in and have stolen what brings him delight and what brings him joy. Well, what thing has the Amalekites stolen from you before they burned down your Ziklag that brought you delight and that brought you joy? Maybe you need to get mad enough to do something about it. Well, this is what happens. David learned something there. He learned that when I can't get it from without, I've got to get it from within. David learned that when I cannot get my delight and my joy from what I see, I've got to get it from what I believe.